Here's another card I have a bit of a soft spot for.
Yep.
She was dropped from pretty much all the Yasuo decks.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
she was run as like a 2 or a 1 of, but it just like they decided to just use Yone instead as the top end. And
Yeah.
even now, even Yone is getting cut from a lot of decks, and they're just relying on like Minotaur or the boat with Swain. Yone's only in the like Yasuo Katarina version right now. But I actually run this Minah Swiftfoot, by the way. I actually run the current Minah as a one-off in my Karma deck, which is quite hilarious. Just to help my late game stall, just like
Okay.
bump 3 guys back. I think it's just a quite funny little one-off. It's like those guys that still run that like cheeky one copy of Rasa because no one plays around Rasa
Around
anymore.
that, yeah.
But there you go. This is Minna Swiftfoot. What's she do?
Yeah, like I recently tried Minna Swiftfoot in my Yasuo deck, and 9 costs a lot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, 9 costs a lot. And unless you have Yasuo, it doesn't feel super fantastic to recall free your opponent's guys. Um, sometimes game winning, but yeah. Okay, so this is reworked Minna Swiftfoot. It's 9 cost 6/4. Quick attack on play. Recall free enemies separately.
So
Does it need to say separately though?
um, so like there's better wording for this. So it'd be something like cast Skyward Strike 3 times on 3 different enemies or something like
Okay,
that.
okay. Yep.
So he's basically
Making
he
it 3 different skills
he wants
as
to
opposed
make it
to one.
3 different recalls instead of one because I'm assuming this guy plays Minna, and then when he plays Minna and he gets his Minna denied and he gets upset. So I get that that might be why he decides to do it this way. So your opponent has to choose like, oh, which one do I want to keep on the board instead of nah, fuck you, I'll just keep all of them or lose
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, so yeah,
and then
okay. So
he also gave it quick attack and reduced its health by 1.
to be honest, like you didn't need to reduce the health by 1. Um, like I found that she wasn't standing up to fights with people at 9 mana. Like she was struggling to fight dudes, man. She didn't need the 1 health down at 9 cost. The 6 what was it 6/5 or something? It's
Yeah,
fine.
she's
Even with
6'5". For
yeah
comparison's sake, Yone costs 2 less and he's 6'6".
yeah.
And for the purpose of a Yasuo deck, he hits 1 less target. That's the trade-off
Yeah.
for 1 health.
Well, technically stuns versus recall, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to be honest, like Minna Swiftfoot, I feel her attack power should go up. She should be like 8 attack or some shit. If she only has like 4 defense, give her like 8 attack. Make her actually kick some ass. Right? Yeah. As for this, yeah, as for reworking the Skyward Strike part, yeah, I would agree with that. Um, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, just like make it cost, yeah, 3 different times and stuff. Yeah, as 3 different skills and stuff. As yeah. Um, what other interesting things could you give to Minna Swiftfoot? Yeah, I'm surprised she doesn't have quick attack already. To be honest. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, on play, recall free enemies separately. Yeah. It would be interesting if she had, like, a strike ability that also said, like, on strike, recall the enemy that you're striking. So it's like, you give her, it's kind of like reverse Katarina, right? So you know how Katarina,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
got
she
quick attack,
recalls
and then she
herself.
recalls. So this would be the opposite. Be like, Mina, it's like if she strikes a dude because she's quick attack,
Well,
she
it's
just
kind of what
recalls them.
Lee. It's kind of what it's kind of like a weaker version of Lee Sin's
Of
flip
Lee
side,
Sin's,
right?
yeah. Um, yeah.
But then, like, I guess as a card, so in the Yasuo deck, I think that's really good. Because kind of like Minotaur, it provides like infinite value to Yasuo.
Yeah.
And I think she's quite interesting as just being played as like a control card. Um, because I actually like even just as a one of, I wouldn't run her more than a one of. Just as a one of in my like spooky karma deck, it's just like a funny late game. It's like you don't want to ruinate when I got like 4 karmas on the board or something.
Yeah.
But if like I bait my opponent into playing a bunch of shit and I can drop Minna and just like send it all back, and it's just like really
Mina's
annoying.
not a control card. Mina's a tempo card. She clears out your opponent's board, or she stuns your opponent, so you can just like do some stuff, right? So the mana exchange is really good. I don't think that's a big problem with Minna. So it's like the thing is that she comes out late, but from my opinion, the big issue with Minna is after she comes out, she then has really shit stats. Because you recall your opponent's shit. Yeah, you recall your opponent's shit, but then your opponent has a chance to play one of those dudes back. Yeah. Yeah, and because she's not big, she has to like fight that dude probably, and the crazy thing is that she'll probably lose. Yeah. So that's my big problem with Minna. Giving her quick attack is one solution. I think some sort of strike effect would probably be pretty good as well. But yeah, I guess the
I reckon you could drop quick attack, give her like that recall effect you were talking about, and just bump her stats big time. Or bump her health. Her attack can probably stay the same, but give her like 7 health or something.
Yeah. Although she's Swiftfoot, she should have the quick attack, man. She should be recalling whoever she fights against, right? But then also because she's got quick attack, it means on defense, like the opponent will get a chance to strike her before she gets a kick him back. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me that she would kick someone back when she gets hit as well. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she becomes really interesting when you start attaching more effects, and she'd probably be good for it.
Yeah. And okay, the fact that it makes sense that if she had a strike effect, and that triggers off her strike effects, because then her ability is literally called Skyward Strike. So if you do like single combats and shit, just like start kicking dudes.
Yeah, it turns all of your single combats into recalls.
Yeah.
The only trade-off is that like one of your cards is taking damage to do it. But then there's probably some funny strategies around like getting a whole bunch of value out of Minna and then like buffing her up and shit like that.
Yeah.
She could be a really funny late game card, actually.
Yeah, like that's her issue is that her stats are really poor right now, and she's gimpable by deny. But so but I think the quality of life change to make her hard to deny is almost certainly necessary. As for the other stuff, she can just get some other works to sort of like make her a little bit more of a threat on the board after she's had her tempo play. But so like,
I think at the very least you should be able to compare 9-cost cards across regions and see some kind of similar impact on the board.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that Minna doesn't bring enough impact. I mean, it's like she has I think she's got a really good skill, but I don't know if it's worth the price tag.
Yeah, it's not like a Bright Steel Formation or like a Riptide Rex or Ledros?
Ledros is halving, and Ledros is pretty high impact. Even like Spectral Matron doesn't get played much.
Yeah.
But it still has like some pretty interestingly powerful implications for combos. I mean, like you can summon like 2 big units in one go.
Yeah. So I think like what Mosserinoo has like done with Minna, you could probably even bump it up a little bit more, give some of those extra effects.
Yeah. Let's not
probably
hold back on Minna.
Didn't even need to drop the 1 health. Yeah.
Okay.
Just make it feel more cool to do Minah Swiftfoot. Yeah.
Yep.